holds the world record as of currently.
Nimzo currently does hold the world
Yeah,
record, which was
and
taken about a week ago, I think, or
yeah, it's very recent as I understand it, and I know Marco is either second or third in the leaderboard. He's at the very least very close. Like their times, like
currently the leaderboard would be Nimzo, Demon, then Marco. Marco was the only 53 until a couple days ago, where Zackling actually got his own 53, and he's the other final. He's the person in the winners final, so that's the person they're racing to go against.
yeah, so it's like definitely very good runners we have today. So
the final 3 racers currently in the race all have destroyed the start of Wolfdash, what's it called? The world record that we have right now. Like Marco is almost a minute ahead of that right now from our old world record. The start of this tournament, which is kind of crazy to think that in these months, right? So much has changed. Like the minute barrier 53 happened, and then we also hit 52. We've seen a lot happen.
Yeah, and so yeah, we should see like very top tier Twilight Princess like stuff for you today. So this should be pretty cool and hopefully very close match. I believe we're just waiting on the race timer to start. It looks like both runners are ready, but so we're just gonna wait a little bit longer. But yeah, so no, like especially Nimzo, right? He's definitely very dominant in Twilight Princess. I know that like a few years ago he played Skyward Sword, and he was like incredibly dominant in that as well. Like before like the whole reverse bit magic shenanigans got off hold, like he was like one of the consistent runners. Like he had I think the last world record before that. So he's
the old route, right? It was like nowadays they call it the dinosaur route, or the like pre-reverse bit magic stuff route, right?
Yeah, it was just old any percent or like 5 round percent. Yeah, Nimzo had like a 450 in that, which was insane, and he held that for ages. So he was definitely like he definitely knows how to transition from games, and he definitely knows how to he definitely knows how to speedrun at a top level.
It looks like he enjoys to go into a game and put his heart into it, and actually put in the time and effort to try and find new things, be faster, and optimize a lot of areas. We've seen him do it with areas like Twilight and other areas in this game where his goals are just extremely competitive, and it feels like he's helped people notice extra areas to get time save in, which was definitely because more like we very much at the beginning of this year we had a lot of people who were very good at late game, right? It feels like Nimzo is definitely one of those people who has an amazing late game still, but the early game is impeccable at some of the golds and times that he's pulled out in races, right? Which is interesting to see. I think that's helped not only like him hit these times that he's wanted, but to help others realize like, oh, there's seconds I'm losing here specifically, right? He's definitely given a good example, and I think he's helped the whole community grow with some of the things that he's done.
Yeah, Nimzo getting gate clipped first try. Marco having a little bit of trouble with it. I believe this is like RNG to some extent.
Okay, so for this, it's human RNG and gate RNG. So yes, it's like it's depending on how the gate wobbles, but there's also times where you're probably not putting the rock very correctly, and your angle is very off too. It can lead to you bonking and messing up. It's a bit of both.
I know Marco has a kind of unconventional angle for doing it, but I mean it works. Everything by the fact that he's on the other side of the bridge. And yeah, he's doing like the kind of safe thing where he unplugs his controller.
Yeah, very safe. I know I messed up. I messed up the safe bit once, and I was like, okay, I'm unplugging it from now on. I'll just be safe, you know.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a bit behind compared to Nimzo. It's gonna be a good like 20-30 seconds. He's gonna be a bit behind compared, but it's not all too much. This is a race in TP, and as you guys know, there's a lot of tricks that can really make all that time come straight back.
Yeah, on top of that, it's just like it's 3 hours, so even just movement can overturn that.
Yeah, unfortunately, the opponent he's got will probably not give him much movement to come back on, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is like top tier Twilight Princess, you know, just like, you mess up slightly and it can just be done for from that point.
This is to the point of runners who are at an extremely high level where like they look for very, very good times in a lot of things. And welcome Akon on that. And yeah, ADN, this is where all the cool kids be hanging out. We chilling out here. Surprisingly enough, this whole entire race of Wolfdash has been really, really good. I think we have seen literally countless people PB. We have seen very, very good people in the community get PBs during this. We've had people PB in the races, like a good amount. Like we've had a lot of race PBs.
Yeah, like I know, like when I was in Wolfdash, in the prehistoric times of earlier this year, I definitely had some PBs as well in my games. So, it's like, yeah, it's been kind of phenomenal over the past 5 months or however long it's been.
Yeah, it's really nice to get to see tons of people. What are the current number of sub 3s? I got you, Adian. I will go look that up real quick. I think we hit 22 or something like that.
It's 21.
It's 21. I know Rob is also a sub 3 runner. He doesn't have it posted up though.
That's like
oh, actually no, it's 22. We have Dean in there. 21 is tied? Huh. Wow, there's 221. So we actually have like 23 in that section. That's crazy.
Yeah.
23
that's like a lot of people
sub
up there,
3
yeah.
runners. Sub 3 is no longer the cool kid club, apparently. You gotta be faster than that. Sub 255 is now becoming our new benchmark.
Can't wait for like sub 250. Like I feel like that's at least like, assuming the final barrier hasn't been broken already, that will be the final barrier. Will be 250.
We are going to first we're gonna have to first take that milestone of 51, which I think is gonna be very hard. But I do know all of our runners, especially the two that we have currently on screen, are very determined to try and push for things that are very good, very low. Actually, I don't know if Nimzo is gonna. I know Marco is gonna push very hard. I don't know if Nimzo wants to keep pushing further, but I believe he probably does. He seems to really enjoy playing this.
Yeah.
But we're starting to get into a territory of people playing literally inhumanely close to a sum of best, right? You got some
like Nimzo's already like just a few minutes behind his. Yeah.
He is less than 2.
Yeah, his PB's at 252 and
he's less than 3 minutes off of the sum of best, which is, let's just say that is some incredible work. Like we've heard, I've heard a good benchmark on SOBs, right? And typically what you would consider being extremely good in tight run would be you lose a second to every minute of your PB or your sum of best. So for every minute of the run, you lose a second, and he's definitely in that area.
Yeah. Also, Nimzo getting a really nice goats. We'll see if Marco can follow suit with that. Goats can be finicky. But yeah, just add like entering Bo's house. Nimzo does appear to have a somewhat of a lead. Oh no, Howard again.
Oh, did it not go? Oh my goodness, he looped it, dude. Oh my, we just saw it on his cam. He is not happy about that. Oh my goodness, that goat is horrible. That's really bad. He actually put a lot of time for that goat to go in. So it's the RNG of goats comes into the idea of how they function and how quickly they like respond. When will they actually react to you? Because some will react really, really early, and some just won't care for a little while. Like you can almost ram into one of them before they decide, oh wait, I need to move. I guess that one just decided it really didn't care today. That sucks to see.
Yeah. But again, we have 3 hours to make up time. So
we have stacked rock paper scissors here. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Okay, and Nimzo getting a good first rock paper scissors. Yeah, and it takes twice, so we'll see. You might be able to get it again. Yep, nice. Assuming you mash is quick enough. Yep, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, mashing can be finicky because it's like you need to do it like what 12, 14 times a second.
We need to be in that range of 13 to 15. I don't remember if 12 frame or 12 A presses a second work, but if you go above 15, it'll actually start dropping your inputs and you will fail Bo too. So you need to be in this range of 13 to 15, and those are the ones I just know exactly will work. there's a good chance that 12 also works.
Yeah. Well, that's already like 13 to 15 is already like really fast mashing at least. Well, like people have like different strategies, like mashing with 2 hands or just vibrating a finger.
There's a couple that can do it with 1 hand, and I'm amazed at that. 1 hand 15 is really, really hard. 1 hand 13, I think, is incredible.
Yeah.
Oh
What I normally do?
oh my
Oh my god,
goodness.
yeah. This is not good bow from Marco, yeah.
Like, he is not having a good day. Marco is literally getting handed some pretty bad RNG in this run. And unfortunately, these 2 segments that he's kind of gotten hit on, they're strictly kind of out of his control. You can try to adapt, but that's about all you got. Unfortunate start for him. Going to be over a minute behind his PB, leaving Buzz house.
Yeah, Marco like kind of almost shaking his head at the fact he's 1 minute behind, which is
8:22 iron. Smart Marco, that's the kind of iron boots I'm used to taking. That's rough.
Yeah, and so not the best start, but I mean, some people have better end games and some people have better early games. And as we discussed earlier, Nimzo has a almost task-like early game. It's like, yeah.
We're definitely gonna see, like, it's gonna be hard for him to make it this time. But to be fair, we gotta remember it's Twilight Princess. There hasn't been any of our tricks in this run yet, and those tricks can trip up all runners. Very good and very bad. Man, I've seen like people make mistakes, and these tricks they are finicky and they don't got a big room for error, and so we could see a lot of time come back immediately just from that. Hopefully not, but it's Twilight Princess. Unfortunately, that is something that does happen. It's crazy to think this is actually one of the first races recently that we've seen like early game just like take something or take time really hard. You know what I mean? Like it's been a little since I've seen the runs get really moved. Like one person got really good RNG and the other went really bad. Nimzo only 4 seconds off of PB time for starting, and he did safe bit, which that means that if this was in doing fast bit, he would have been ahead of his speed right now. That's incredible. Like he has a very nice run right now.
Yeah, well, Nimzo is just one of the gods of this, so this isn't like it's certainly not expected of Nimzo because I mean people have bad days, but this is like it's like phenomenal, or whatever that word is. Nonetheless, it's impressive. Just put it that way. Yeah, so yeah, both runners right now making their way through the sewer, with Nimzo having a slight edge, like definitely being further in front, and getting a nice like cutscene skip there. Fun fact: I used to get the cutscene skip a lot when I started running, and now I just can't. It's weird, but anyway, yeah.
Wait, what? Which cutscene skip?
The one where you like hit the boulder at like this weird angle, and you don't get in the water. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. Like I used to always did it. Yeah.
It's really weird. It's like sometimes it feels like it's really free, but you can sometimes get caught in the rocks and just pushes you down. And that's like pretty sad.
Yeah.
I like how you put on the sense right there. Thank you, Nimzo.
Yeah.
And he unfortunately did not skip the cutscene with Vinda there. He actually just barely whiffed it on that. So in a lot of these cases, we're going to be able to do one framers to skip small, slight things, which can really add up and are nice. A lot of them end up being kind of just like, you mash for him and you live with it. Right when he walks up, she give text on this one? I think this one's got a skip. Yeah, it does. So when she does text, right as she starts moving, you can get a jump off right there. But unfortunately, you missed it. Marco also getting the cutscene skip on the rocks.
Yeah, now Nimzo is done with sewers, and so he'll be attempting a sword and shield skip, which is definitely one of the biggest roadblocks that a beginner runner will face. I know, like when I was a beginner runner, it was like, yeah, like I basically rage quit like 2 or 3 times at this point. I was like, I'm never running TP again because this sucks. But, as we all know, I eventually pulled through, and I to this day I still do run TP. But yeah, it's just one of those big roadblocks that beginner runners and even experienced runners will still mess this up time to time.
There is definitely something to say about this trick. It is one of the biggest learning curves you can have in like a game. Like Hugo can gatekeep a lot of people from learning this game. It's quite a hard trick. And the unfortunate thing is right after, it's not going to get any easier. There's actually a good amount of hard tricks that come up even just right after him. So
yeah.
For a lot, this ends up being very off-putting. It makes the run a little bit hard to pick up. It's definitely worthwhile, and people who stick to it, you can definitely learn to get better with this guy. It is about the time you put into him, how he works, and understanding how he works, and how to adapt to how he is. And
Yeah.
For a lot of top runners, they can set up heroes like right there, very quick, very good OJ. Field goals in. Golden. Nimzo's out.
Yeah, that's basically that's probably the best
Time.
launcher skill you'll really see. Yeah.
That was a very quick Hugo. Nothing too much for him to complain about, I always forget for like usually the first like hour to turn on one of their sounds for myself, and I just remembered. I was like, wait a second, I could turn on sound. I can hear.
Yeah. Yeah, like on the commentary page, you don't have like automatic audio like you do on the restream thing, so we have to like toggle it ourselves, but that's all fine. Yeah, Marco just getting into sort of chill skip, and Nimzo just kind of fighting these shadow beasts. So yeah.
Yeah, we're really hoping for him to get it. Okay,
Nice.
good. That was very quick too. That was a very good and quick.
I would say that was potentially even faster than Nimzo. But yeah.
Yes, it was probably like literally a swing difference between the two, so just a little bit of time, but that was very good.
Yeah. But both of those are sort of chill skips that I would love to have in my runs, but I just don't. He will just be swinging for ages, and it's just like, come on, my guy, stop.
A lot of runners would take those kind of Yugos. That was very good. Nimzo definitely on a run that is very good to start off with. Second behind PB.
Yeah.
1 minute warning for Gamba. Oh no. TP Gambas literally just turn around instantly. Sometimes you're like, ooh, yeah, this person's gonna win. Next thing you know, someone dies, the more if you want. Everything's go back to even. I don't think I've seen Nimzo get a single one framer on Minda right now. Like, I don't think I've seen him get a single one this run.
Yeah. I mean, that's why he's not on world record pace. If he did get them, he'd be on world record pace, clearly. Anyway, yeah, no, it's
You just have no points for me to take this. What do you mean? I've got 14,000. I just don't bet. As commentator, I objectively stay away from bets.
Yeah. Yes, totally neutral commentators. Okay, so on Nimzo's side, with a bit of a lead, we're seeing early Master Sword. You can use the basically kind of Midna jump, or you can use Midna to jump as Wolf Link up until this like ledge sort of thing, or this kind of natural rock or whatever. And Nimzo getting it first try. Yeah. It's like when you get to the level of Nimzo's at, it's basically just these sort of things are just embedded into your muscle memory. So yeah, him getting it first time isn't a surprise.
EMS is not too hard of a trick. Typically, when you see runners mess up or not get it, it typically isn't going to be something of them. It's typically going to be they got the wrong swing, and a lot of times you'll just tank it. Sometimes you get really bad RNG, but Nimzo got the perfect swing first try. He was able to just go straight there.
Yeah. Yeah, Marco's now just intense sweating because now he like I'm pretty sure he knows that he has to get EMS fairly quickly, especially as he's behind.
Definitely stood there.
Yeah, Nim's just having a few like very like small time losses, but I mean small as on like to the frame. It's like his pace is, you know, still on par with the world record.
In his world record, there are still mistakes. There are a lot of mistakes that he knows there are. There's always going to be mistakes in these kind of runs. So we'll see like time go back and forth between little things that happen. Staying calm, being able to control it and fix it, even after small mistakes, and keep your head level and keep going is very, very strong for this game.
Yeah, right. So yeah, Marco just did EMS. He got it first try as well. So you know, this is, still. I'd also say Marco. It seems like he's gaining ground slowly, but you know, he is definitely gaining something.
He's definitely not letting Nimzo put in mirror gap between. That's for sure.
Yeah. If anything, they're the same. But honestly, I'd say that he's starting to close the gap very subtly at this point.
It's coming. So what you just mean is 18 minutes already coming down this other. You know, we're not trying to say that, but just maybe. I mean, that is actually, unfortunately, one of our major time losses in runs. Can be hurt. Hopefully, we don't get it to that point, though. That's a bad way to lose time.
Yeah, plot twist. Everyone comes down to Zelda.
Everything comes down to Zelda in the last 10 minutes of the game. By 10, I literally mean like, what is it, like 7?
I don't know what Nimzo's RNG specifically was.
Yeah, I don't remember specifically how many cycles he had on his.
I don't think it was optimal, but I don't think it was too slow either.
It was probably like a mid 7 or maybe a mid 8. I don't think it was much more than that.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like interesting. It's like, you know, when you're like kind of a new runner, it's like you almost don't really pay any attention to Zelda, because even if you have bad RNG anyway, like your skill level is so low that it doesn't matter. So it's like, I guess I would say I'm at that point, and so like I'm kind of glad that I'm still not at that point where I'm like I'm at yeah.
You definitely start to notice it once you're in that 305 area, and you're gonna end up like really noticing like, oh hey, like my Zelda's really slow, that sucks, I just lost a bunch of time. You can be on PB base by like half a minute and literally just have it taken by her, which does suck when you're that close. But yeah, definitely for newer runners, where you tend to have a lot more like time that you can save, right? Like we can be like 4 minutes ahead, you know. It's not that bad.
Yeah, so like personally for me, I'm just kind of like, you know, saving all the time I can get now where I don't have to worry about Zelda. Because, you know, it's like, Zelda's just one of those parts of the run where it can definitely kind of kill a lot of experienced runners. At least on PB pace anyway.
Yeah, definitely for sure, Jay. Like, you're gonna hit a point where, like, you feel it when that time is closer. When you're not just PBing by a ton, and Nimzo's still 2 seconds off of PB, or is that 4? He's very run right now. That was a 21-12 Master Sword. Like, all right, that's a little bit fast. That's very good. Nimzo's stream is just gone. Are you seeing this too? Like,
Yeah, he's gone as well.
Kind of just peepo poofed away. Like, took that Master Sword and is apparently he's just been transported. He's now in Twilight Princess.
Nice internet, I guess.
Yeah, unfortunately, internet is not always fun for everyone.
Yeah, I know like Nimzo normally has like solid internet, so this is kind of a bit weird to happen, but I mean, hey, it does happen.
It definitely does, and I'm very sure it's on Nimzo's internet side, so it's kind of restricted to ADN can't do anything, and we're just kind of stuck here hoping that it comes. Hey, and you know,
Yeah.
we're nice to
It looks
back.
like it's time to come back, definitely.
Yeah, internet is sometimes not that nice to people around the world. We all know this. And no needs to apologize to him, so like it happens. You can't control internet or your Wi-Fi provider. Like it happens to all of us. There's some days you get days where you turn on stream, your internet provider's like, nope, go back down. Just happy to see you're back.
Yeah, okay, so we have, Marco just getting the Master Sword and Nimzo making his way to Forest Temple.
Oh man, yeah, Zach, what was your EMS time then? Where are you at in there? I know we've got a bunch of the runners, so this is like supposed to be a set-off race for Wolfdash. We have a bunch of runners who are also racing in the back, another little race time with these two. A lot of people would just want to do it as like the send-off for this tournament, which is very, very hype. It's Bruggles and Zach. Oh, I thought there might be more. There might be a couple more doing it without being in the race time. But it's still nice to see. Zach is our finalist. He's going to be the one that, whoever wins this, they get to go against Zach.
Yeah.
Zach recently taking a PB that is now 4th place in the world for Twilight Princess. So they're still at this high echelon. Like, and yeah, actually, we're right. Marco is saving a bit of time over here. Like, in this PB he is, I think he definitely saved a little bit on. So, in that split, he definitely brought back a little bit. Who wants to race you, ADN? Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, I got my GameCube controller. I got it right here. I'm ready. They have to beat Zach twice. Yes. Yeah, that... Being the winner, being the win in winner's bracket definitely means you get that perk of, you can mess up. You can have a race that goes really, really bad. Hey, guess what? You can just retry. You have a second try at it. Adian, that's very, very nice of you to say. I'm not that good. Bad run and just go for Norgor, True. Norgor, our saving grace of, what, 12 seconds? It's just 2 1-framers, and like one of them is like on the 14th frame, Bust out your metronomes and get ready. It's kind of interesting. Have you noticed how we've been seeing small time saves a lot recently?
Yeah.
With TP. It's been very, very nice. I know the whole thing that recently came with the Instrat was very interesting. That's a little bit of extra time just sprinkled in there. I know there's another thing that they found in AG. There's a new SPR routing. I think these little small things are kind of leading up to people like pushing more and more and more. And I think also, yeah, Jay, I was about to get on that. TP's current activity has been insane compared to a lot of other years. We are definitely, I was speaking to some of the older players, like, this is one of TP's big peaks it's had.
Yeah, honestly, it's like, yeah. I know there's like been a lot of involvement in a lot of people in a lot of progress. A lot of that, like, honestly, like, I haven't really kept track of in a lot of ways. But yeah, there's been a lot of stuff happening.
I could name off almost every PB that's happened recently. There's literally tons of people who hit it. We had like literally Dean, Chris, Rob, Pope, Squidward, all of those guys recently got their sub 3s, all that kind of stuff. That was all during Wolfdash. We have Jaquade who got a 301, like 20, somewhere in the 301. I cannot tell you the exact second there. We've had Bruggles PB twice in races. We have had Zach PB 2 or 3 times in the period of Wolfdash. I think it's 2. More likely 2. We've seen Marco literally go from like what I think he was in the echelon of, I know he was sub 3 but a bit of a higher one, that higher area, right? And now he is third with a 253. Crazy to see. Yeah, Jaquaid, it's unfortunate. It's okay, he's living his best life. That's what's important.
Yeah, right, so you have Nimzo just on Ook. This fight's, you know, just kind of how many times does he hop? In this case, it's 4, 5, 5.
With
or
that
6,
5, I
isn't it?
thought 6. I might have added an extra hop on us. That's not the greatest RNG, it's also not. It was 5, but yeah, thank you, Jay.
Yeah, I mean, people have had much worse RNG. I think the record is like 26 or something.
I have no
Ridiculous.
clue what the record is. I know that the Zelda record was also beaten recently on terms of worst RNG, which was 16 by Ike. Which is literally incredible that someone could get a 16.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that if anyone got a 16, regardless of if you're a top or new runner, yeah, I'm assuming that would kill the run. Because 16 is like awful.
You do get to, it's did she kill the run or did she just give you a new world record for how many Zeldas you got? That's the, how could you use that? You at least claim something.
World record for worst Zelda, yeah.
Yeah, you can claim I am unlucky. I'm not just lying. I am unlucky. Look at me, 16 cycles. It's okay, I'll claim,
Okay.
I'll try it 4, 5,
5,
6,
6, 7, 8. Okay,
Yeah,
8.
we're
A little bit worse than Nimzo.
a little bit worse. It's gonna cost them a little bit of time. That's probably like 6 seconds. I think each hop is like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Something in there. It's not much, but definitely like compared to like a 2 hop, having an 8 hop, you're gonna lose like 12 seconds, a bit more, a bit, somewhere in there, give or take.
Yeah. Also, just because, like, Marco's already has like slight behind, and yeah, and it's like he kind of needs all like the time save he can get right now. Even though he's only a little bit behind, he's still behind nonetheless, and so just more time lost is not helping his case at all right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially because we're about to see one of the things I think is definitely what helps Nimzo claim some of these insane times. He uses some extremely fast forest escapes. I actually would consider that one of his slower ones compared to how fast he usually goes. That was extremely
Oh
good
yeah.
for a forest escape, but he has some insane levels of forest escape. What's Nimzo doing? Nimzo was just doing forest escape where you escape Ordon. I think on the stream it's a little different, so they're not seeing exactly what's going on. If you guys were wondering what happened during that time, Nimzo did forest escape. He did an LJA out of here. Oh. Okay, got you. So all that happened was he got 6 hops on Ook. Yeah, not 45 minutes, yeah. Oh yeah, it was 5. My brain's a little dumb. I need to check. I remember 5. Yeah, it was definitely not that long. It was probably like a minute or 2. Did force escape, got it relatively fast. We're good. We saw the CS of him getting rank. Yeah, that was about 2 minutes. That was the. It was a 2-minute time diff right now. Wait, did he get a? Did Nimzo get a 28 boomerang in a race?
He did by the looks of it.
That is a 28.59 boomerang in a race. Wow.
That's a pretty good. Yeah.
That's a really good boomerang.
I see. Yeah, now we currently have Marco, who appears to be like about like a minute off of Nimzo, maybe more.
It's gonna be a little bit above a minute. It's probably like a minute 15-ish.
Yeah, but now we have something that can lose a minute if Nimzo doesn't get this and Marco does. This is Gorge Void. During this cutscene, has 1 frame to press A. If he misses it, but he gets it.
When he gets it, no need to worry. No minute of time lost there.
He can press A, believe it or not.
Can't. Actually, you have to hold the L button. That's the tricky part, You gotta hold that L button there. If you don't do that, you will not get Gorge.
You know, honestly, sometimes I'll like just forget to hold A and I'd be L, and I'd be like, "What happened? I just forgot to hold L." Right, cool.
F. You literally that would be the saddest way. Like you keep missing Gorge before you're like, I don't get why. I think I'm hitting the frame. Gorge Trekker's like, yeah, you're hitting the frame, and it's like, wait a second, I haven't been hitting L. Ruby
Yeah.
roll out here, very quick aim. Yes, both these runners are GameCube. This race has pretty much been, or Wolfdash has pretty much all been GameCube runners. Though I think it's open to the other consoles. I don't think we had people sign up for Wii or HD.
Honestly,
So,
making it, if you made it to the losers bracket finals in anything but GameCube, I feel like you should just win the tournament outright because that's a huge accomplishment for non-GameCube.
yeah, there's no such thing as a sub 3 in any of those consoles. It would be literally highway, like you would be breaking records constantly in terms of if every time you did a race. It'd be quite insane. Unfortunately, both the other games are slowed down by a couple of factors. Wii does not have LJAs, which really do hurt it. If it did have LJAs, I believe Wii would be incredibly fast. It definitely could.
Yeah, because I know Wii also has like Wii exclusive glitches as well. At least in like Hundo from what I've talked about to
Wii has a lot. Not to mention with cool things like their capable deals, where they literally just get to dev entrance the heck out of most of the rooms, is pretty hype.
Yeah, I saw at least do that. That was pretty funny.
It was.
Yeah.
But like. Marco didn't get.
Yeah, Marco didn't get Gorge Void. Yeah, he didn't get that. So
That is hyper. It's just a fun tournament. It's like a competitive tournament to try and get hype for Twilight Princess, and also like show people the run and have a lot of people get to see like how far the community's progressed, and help push for more progression.
Yeah.
And that has definitely happened.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely call this a competitive event. Like, I mean, yeah, sure there aren't any prizes, but most of these runners aren't running for prizes, or like people have told me like, why do this if there's no money involved? Because it's fun, and B, like you could have a shot at being kind of the best at TP in terms of a tournament setting. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, is the prizes. I don't know, just like it feels good, man. You did it. Like, ooh. You beat people, because to race TP is different than to just run TP, because a lot of people are used to the ideas of resetting, and racing in TP is a lot different. Knowing backups, knowing ways to fix things.
Yeah.
And
honestly,
memories we have along the way. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I honestly really like races in terms of speedrunning, because it also forces you to work under pressure. Because you know, in like normal runs, you can just reset. It just doesn't really matter. There will be a little bit of pressure at the end, but you know, it's not like a race where it's like intensely sweating. It's like, and it's like I know like in esports especially, we're used to having like a lot of like big cash prizes. But if you look at just regular sports, like there might be a bit of a cash prize, but honestly, it's like. Other than that, to my knowledge, I might just be completely making this up. But like honestly, a lot of like real world athletes will often get it because they want to be world champion at whatever sport they want to be at.
Yeah, definitely. Speedrunning is more of a niche hobby too, so we don't see a crazy amount of stuff like that. But maybe in the future we will see like tournaments that are bigger and more like upscale to that point that might be at that level of things. But definitely the competitiveness is there between communities. We've seen how far people pushed. Like, it's ridiculous that everyone in the top 3 or top 4 has pushed down their PBs in this month because of grinding and trying to get better. Nimzo, unfortunately, losing time to Gatecliff. This one is very much RNG. His angle was fine.
I remember, like, I had, like, like, when I was, like, starting out in TP, I had, like, a friendly run race with, like, Pikastrof, who's also starting out, and I lost, like, 10 minutes to this gate. It was really weird. And like I hadn't lost, like that was the only time I'd lost a significant amount of time, and I had
When is TP break the record? I don't know if that's a meme or if it's actually gonna happen. Who knows? Though I think it would
just break the record in generally with any Zelda game would be insane. I guess
we've been seeing a lot of records broken in tons of Zelda games. Though we've seen a lot of records come out this year. This year has been a very good year for Zelda.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Okay, we should probably talk about what's happening on screen, by the way. So what we saw Marco do and what Nimzo was just about to attempt is pillar clip, which is something that's a little bit challenging because of just how little air you have. Like you just have enough air to make it through.
Yeah, it's one of our many tricks that end up being just barely able to work, and it does. We're lucky.
Yeah,
It's very.
It's like the first half of each TP is just full of like barely human possible tricks, and the second half is just a dungeon rush. At least that's how I explain it to people.
Dungeon movement, all that kind of stuff. There's still some hard stuff that we do in late game, but it's definitely a lot easier.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, but I mean, it's not like the similar like constant flow of almost task tricks that you have in like early game.
Our tricks aren't that bad. It is definitely a thing of like the learn curve. Like once you get it, it's definitely you start to process it. Did Marco do the LJA path?
He's doing the one that I've seen like a lot of people do recently, which is
Yeah, no, wait, is he doing New Lake Bed or Old
I think it's New Lake Bed. Yeah, because he did it to the south.
Yeah, okay, he's doing New Lake Bed. I didn't see. I thought for a second that he did LJ it over. I was like, oh wait, no, he didn't. There we go. Just being a little bit dumb. And
yeah, also, this is kind of late, but when Nimzo did get pillar grip like pretty quickly, so yeah. And it might look like Marco's ahead right now, but he still has to do a lot of Gorge stuff because he didn't get Gorge Void, so I think actually Nimzo's still ahead.
Nimzo has 100% ahead. With how it works with getting Gorge Void or not, you're pretty much going to be adding a minute on no matter what. You're going to have to go all the way back to Forest Run, all the way through Hyrule Field, and then now you get to attempt Ruby Roll and then walk over to Elden. It's very unoptimal, which is why it loses you that time. That time running back, time running Forest Escape, that's the time you're losing. And so he still has to go do all of that. Nimzo over here, once he gets the Zora's Domain portal, he just teleports over, and guess what? He's now doing the vessel. He has to worry about nothing.
Yeah.
This is another thing that was found this year, by the way. This is a version of Lake Bed where people just walk, which is kind of hype.
Oh yeah, just walking?
Yeah, just walking. You know?
How much time does this save over Old Lake Bed?
4 seconds if you did it optimally, but depending on how long you take to aim those LJAs, like the one in the start of this room and the one for the boss key skip, that's how much time you can save more time. So for newer people, I think it's actually a good amount more. But it's about 4 seconds when talking about like the higher up, like echelon, because they were pretty fast at the aim anyway.
Yeah. Like I know, like Nimzo there at that sort of what's it called, like where, when you like jump down, like he uses like the iron boots and stuff. Most people I've seen just use a jump slash, but he like doesn't, I guess, Nimzo.
Oh no, there's two versions: the side hop iron boots method, and then there's a jump slash and then iron boots after jump slash method, which is.
Oh yeah.
And the jump slash is like, I think they're pretty much the same. I think the side hop is a little bit faster. That makes BK skip weirder. It doesn't make it weirder. It's actually pretty free. It's literally very, very, very similar. And it's like you add an extra backflip with the iron boots, and that's it. That's pretty much the difference between. BK skip is literally mirrored. It's very, very free.
Yeah, but no, it looks like, both runners are fairly close right now. So, even though Nimzo's still technically in the lead because he got Gorge Void, it's still, like, Marco's still holding his ground. Just 40 minutes in, so it'll be interesting to see if he keeps that going.
It's gonna look nice for Marco for now. So you should learn it, is what you're saying. 100%, Jay. Especially if you haven't done the old Lake Bed route at all, or not that much, is definitely not bad to go pick it up. The new route is very nice. And it takes out an aiming segment, and aim has more of a chance for you to mess up than just rolling. You have more of a chance to screw up on aim and messing up on that aim and, taking a long time to do it, taking a long time to reposition, and don't, like, if you mess up, then you already know how punishing it is, and like that if you fall off into the water. Definitely recommend the newer Lake Bed. That was a very good drown on the Kagarok, or the, I can't remember the enemy's name, I'm sorry. The little Twilight enemy that rides on the Kagarok. Very good drown there from Marco. That trick has an ability to crash, unfortunately. Like many things in TB, it can crash. Nice. Very good cag flip too.
Yeah, so yeah, Marco's he's definitely kind of going as fast as he possibly can, because I think he knows that he is behind right now, and so
Is
he's trying to make up as much ground as he can.
going to more than likely be around 2 minutes behind him, so at the end of this. Nimzo lost a little bit of time in the last split. I'm guessing some aim sections. I didn't see anything else that was a major mistake, but I just know he's been very fast that split beforehand, which is probably just he wasn't as at that level today.
Well, I guess like when you get to like the top runner level, you'll just lose time seemingly randomly, and you'll be like, oh, why did I lose time there? It's like this will happen to me in Skyward Sword because I'm relatively good at Skyward Sword. Like I'll just be playing what I think is flawless, and I'll just lose like 10 seconds out of nowhere. Like, where did that come from? So it's like I think a similar thing with like TP and Nimzo, or in this situation.
Yeah, you get that's just what happens when you're very at high level. Sometimes you just lose a little bit of time. Like you don't realize you went a little slower than that time. But sometimes that's what happens with PBs, right? You don't even realize like, oh wow, I saved a lot of time on that split. I had really good movement,
Yeah.
And definitely Jay for so the SPR is very, the new reroute is actually a lot easier, it's a lot more free, and considering that LJ is something that people used to screw up all the time, and you can sometimes get it where your aim ends up having the boomerang go inbound, it saves a lot of time in those cases. It's definitely way more better in terms of that. New SPR has breathed some good life into that section of the game. Crazy how that time save was just sitting there, We could just clip through the ice as a wolf, who knew?
I actually haven't looked at any of the any of like the new Snow Peak routing. I haven't seen any of that.
Oh, it's very, very fun. It's very, very fun, very, very free.
I think just in general, I've been kind of quote unquote offline in terms of TP a lot of the stuff. Like since I was eliminated from Wolfdash, I was like, right, I'm done.
Did I raced you, right, Kit? That was...
Yeah, you eliminated me from the tournament.
Oh, yeah. That was a long time ago.
That was like the start. That was the start of this tournament, yeah.
Yeah, you and me pushed to get our race done pretty early. We were like, hey, like let's get this going. We organized ours really quickly. It was pretty fun.
Yeah. So yeah, we see Marco's definitely kind of suffering from his not getting Gorge Void. So he has to go back to Farron and do Forest Escape again.
We're about to see him do a lot of what we've already seen Nimzo go do, which is he's gonna have like a good amount of stuff he's gonna have to do before he gets to go. And taking this walk all the way back here, all of this right now, all of this running is your Gorge Void time loss. This Gorge Void, this aim, everything, all the time he's taken to set this up, Gorge Void time loss.
Yeah, I find that this like Farron Escape positioning is kind of a bit finicky. It's like, I at least find it really hard to just kind of
your position. Your position on the line needs to be very close. It is definitely hard. Wits, you can definitely get it down to a science and have it very, very quick. We'll go very, very quick on that one. Yeah,
like I know, like I'll feel like like too far back feels like either like really too far back, and like too far forward will feel like just right. So you kind of almost in terms of like pushing, you're kind of pushing your luck in terms of the like when is Midna gonna show up.
Yeah, the good thing is there's a backup if you end up hitting Midna, which is really free. It's an L roll into 2 backflips, and you should pretty much fix it if you end up just barely hitting her trigger. There's a lot of like really cool backups throughout this game that you'll see people do. Can help you not get Nimzo gains a little bit of time back. Okay, fun.
Yeah, Nimzo's literally like he's a really good pace, and also he's just he's because he goes where he can just go straight to the Elden Vessel and start that Twilight realm. And
because of missing Gorge Void, we also got to see Marco have to skip Mailman again, which means 2 transforms, extra time loss. Now he's kind of, the Gorge Void time loss is gone. Now he's just doing Elm. Like you would have. All that movement prior, that's really where that time loss is moving back over here to get over to Ruby Roll again and have to do it. Wow, Marco aims really, really to the right of that. on his second aim there. That's really interesting. I think that's cool. There's a lot of these tricks, by the way, they look hard, but they have like a lot of windows that work. A lot of things work in them. There is wiggle room in a lot of these tricks that you can get. Everyone does it kind of their own way, kind of has their own little like niche ways they do things. I know tons of people have a little bit different pillar clips, and definitely Ruby Roll's that big contender on very different.
Yeah. I think like I can probably say example like I know that like the angle I use to look at Sword and Shield skip is like a little bit different from other people, and so it's like I'll have kind of variety in that sense. But yeah, it's like there'll be like subtle things like that throughout all runners. Like it's very rare that you'll see one runner be like the exact same as another runner. They'll usually have like some very minute detail that's like slightly different. But you know, either way it works. So
Yeah, that's like the coolest things about TP is the fact that we have a lot of differences in all our runners. Every runner kind of does their own little things, and it doesn't mean that they're relatively slower. It just means that they do it a bit different. It's very interesting to see. Actually, the LJA that got taken out in SPR was one of those big contenders of everyone does it really different from each other. Like there were tons of methods you could do that in LJA, and a lot of them work, and some lose a little bit of time, some save ECT, but like you definitely see tons of different versions of that. Oh, he didn't hit the bug down earlier, unfortunate. Other racers, Elden, Twilight.
oh, yeah, both of them are in Elden Twilight. Nimzo's just slightly ahead. Well, he's got a quite big lead at this point. But you know, it's like again, they're both on like the same section, so this race is by no means lost. But yeah, no, Nimzo definitely keeping a consistent lead right now. Okay, that was just straight up really good basement from Marker. Like I have not seen a bug speed that cooperative in my life.
That was very good. Nimzo gets paid. He's making money. He got a ton of review there. Unfortunately, he slowed down for that, but you know, he is. I wonder, is he gonna do the same thing he did last time? We had enough rubies to skip the red ruby chest and then gets it. Yeah, if he does. It's up to him, though, if he wants to skip it. If he doesn't go for some of the money, that would help him, but he definitely can't now. He's got the luck for this. Like, that 10 ruby is quite a rare, nice drop that you can get. Very good job on that. That's actually the strat that I picked up yesterday. That thing is pretty interesting. It's cool to see. Yo, that jump that Nimzo does there is so cool for getting all those bugs.
Yeah, yeah.
It's interesting, some of the differences.
Yeah, both runners seem to have a quite smooth Golden Twilight section.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, that's gonna be that's gonna be almost all the game for them at this level. They're gonna be very
yeah.
smooth with tons of their stuff. And here we have nice. Let's see what ruby. Only 2 greens. You're not making that 11 that we saw in Nimzo again. Unfortunate. Nimzo's got 41 rubies. He's definitely on pace if he wants to go skip the red ruby chest. 40 rubies is all you need if you are going for red ruby chest. You don't even care. I think Marco is more in line for that. Yeah, 100% he is. Oh, F, he did not get that little climb up there.
But yeah, no, but yeah, both runners just kind of making their ways through everything. Yeah, Marco just cleanly getting bomb house skip and not like going into the bomb house too early. So yeah, like that can happen.
That is a rip to Nimzo. He just barely did not get the hit on that Shadow Beast. That is rough to see.
Yeah, Shadow Beast I feel like can be a little bit finicky, but yeah.
Sometimes you get double hits, sometimes you go through them, sometimes you just barely don't hit them. They are definitely a bit more annoying.
Yeah.
F and Nimzo also didn't get that tier there when he did that jump. This is probably some of the first speedrun time loss that we're gonna be seeing Nimzo have here. Like, that Shadow Beast thing does lose you a lot of time. You have to go through and kill them all, and that's one of the slower Shadow Beast fights.
Yeah.
Put behind.
Yeah, but Nimzo is done with Elden, Twilight, and Marco is just finishing up his.
Yeah, he is getting the last few kind of tiers. Unfortunately, these tiers end up being some of the longest in the whole vessel. Nimzo just taking some meteors. So
Yeah.
they gotta go through this cutscene in order to just drop this over into War's domain so they can open up the neighbor vessel and that whole entire segment of the game.
Yeah, basically.
Crazy
Yeah.
how important this meteor is to our run. We have to get this in order to freeze.
Yeah, TV we've got progression at least of like what we can do. It's like, what we can't, like the things that we just can't skip are like really weird and finicky. Like, and we specifically can't skip that exact meteor because if we skip it, we can't like clear the linear Twilight when we can't go into the desert.
There's a lot of layers of that's needed for that thing in order for us to get or to be fine on that. We need its layers so that we can have the cannon on there. We also need the layers so that we can go to the desert. There's a lot that's required there. Also, killing Morphew as a hard trigger for changes in Hyrule and everything because of MDH and how it affects the game. So a lot of things like that are very mandatory towards our run.
Yeah. Alright, so now Nimzo, starting the Linear Twilight section, and yeah, Marco is just about to be starting his. So this is still a very close run. Neither runner with very huge mistakes. I think Marco was just kind of that gate at the start. Other than that, he's been pretty much like smooth the entire time.
Marco has been struggling just because of some of the early game RNG, and then the miss of Gorge Void is going to hurt the run for sure. Like, I know for one thing he can't PB, he can no longer PB because at his level Gorge Void is pretty much required for you to PB and to be
Yeah.
Because that's just how far they are.
Yeah, it's again, it's like, you know, as like newer runners, you don't really look at Gorge Void too much.
We want to get it. It's very good to get it, but you don't care as much. Funnily enough, you don't need it to sub 3. Even people going for, I think he literally just lost time running for that. Maybe he didn't. I know he wanted those rubies though, which is hilarious. And welcome, Clam. They were the good lucks. No, but that's definitely one of the nicer things about TP when you're newer is that a lot of these things you don't have to care about as much. Like it's not going to be the run decider is a gorge foot or not. Even to a higher level, it's not. You can definitely save the time. It's nice to get it. It's definitely always something you would want to get, but there's still a lot of times where you can PB without it and without needing that. Good. That was a very good waterfall side hop. That is a 6-frame window with 3 frames that fail, 3 frames that pass. And you got the 3 frames that pass. The later frames are the ones that all work. Nice, both bugs down.
Yeah, those bugs can be a little bit finicky, but you know, they won't have like no problems with these.
100% the worst bugs in the game. They can slow down lots of people. They are very RNG heavy, and it kind of sucks to deal with them. Oh my goodness, Nimzo, you got paid some fat stacks. I really hope you skip that chest. You have 54 rubies. You are loaded in terms of money.
Yeah. Yeah, especially normally you wouldn't have like this much money at this point in the game. Oh, yeah, I don't think you really would. It's like Snow Peak Ruins is the point where you normally get a bunch of money, but yeah, not like here.
Well, in terms of, because the SPR rubies are always excluded, those are always going to be a stagnant 200 that you always get. In terms of, these are like the loose rubies of the game, this is very high to have, especially considering he skipped Hotel. The Hotel rubies. The Hotel 10 there, which is like amazing that he's sitting at, you know, 55 rubies. He's definitely able to skip the red ruby chest very, very easily now, without much problem. MAG. It will be interesting to see if he does.
Yeah. Yeah, so Nimzo just on his way to get like this like one really obscure bug and like really far out for some reason.
Oh yeah, this is the great parts of TP. We have a bug that's literally miles out into Hyrule Castle that we have to go out.
Yeah, the game really wants you to get this specific portal out here, which I mean is useful, I guess, but yeah. You know, we still have to go all the way out and get it, so...
It is, but the Shadow Beast fight only happens with the vessel. I think vessels are required for this fight to even happen. I wish I was kidding on that. I think that's literally something we tested recently. Was that we're pretty sure vessel is required for this portal to even happen. I want to use this portal. It's gonna be once throughout the run. We're gonna use this portal literally time. Damn, we an hour in now.
Yeah.
This is like the almost last race of Wolfdash. It's crazy. To think that it's been like 4 or 5 months of this tourney. It's all come to an end soon.
Yeah, no, it's been like a long time.
So I messed up some of the movement there, but it's okay. He still gets the bug. It's alright. Take a bit of the L on the time loss, but it is all okay.
Yeah, Nimzo definitely has time that he can spare for a few like missed frames here and there. Otherwise, Marco needs to like play perfect, I guess, because you know they're about a minute apart, probably more than that, which is like
definitely around that 2-minute mark.
Yeah, even more actually. Yeah, and so it's like
yeah, because what we're seeing on their splits is time difference. Here, I'll track time when we hit the what's that called? When we hit vessel completion. We'll
Yeah,
see how
yeah.
they are off.
Yeah, so yeah, Marco definitely uses every like millisecond of second he can get. But yeah, no, both players just going through this kind of somewhat long Twilight section. But yeah.
Definitely are a way longer Twilight section than Linear, or I mean Elden. Like Elden's relatively quick,
Yeah.
and then one's definitely
Yeah.
chunky.
Yeah, like I know, like I think Frown is definitely the shortest one. I think at least.
Oh yeah, for sure. Though in the what's it called? In the routes that you do fear in Twilight like fight, they end up it's like long because they get the Master Sword in between and then they go through and recollect all the tears.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think if you were just specifically doing the trial, not trial,
Oh
rare,
yeah,
this is now Skyward Sword. Yeah, if you were specifically doing like the Twilight section, it would be like much less than that.
Tell me we're not doing trials? I'm not going to the Silent Realm?
Yeah.
I hear some people always say that stuff is nightmare if you want. Like, I don't know. I found it always really calming. Like, the music's really... I mean, until you mess up, then it's still hard. But, like,
Yeah. Yeah, no. The inner Skyward Sword one, like, because he wants to say trial, but need to remember this is just Twilight.
Yep, it's Twilight Vessel.
Yeah.
We're collecting bugs. How interesting. Our game is we go around and collect Twilight bugs that give us tears of light in order to free the world of its Twilight.
So yeah, so Nimzo basically is on like the kind of the bug boss battle thing. This guy's not too difficult. I guess there's some near runners there. Some parts that can be finicky, but it's it's just kind of bite his belly, bite his belly, wait. Yeah.
This fight definitely has some time saved here that you see very seasoned runners do, which is where you manipulate him to go straight at you on each of these on the whatever it's called, the little walkway here, so that he'll go straight at you. You can do a backflip and then catch him before he goes back up, which is a free way to save time. Aside from the normal way of doing it. And of course we get Nimzo gets both of them. Very good. Oh, that's actually gonna be nice. That is super nice. It's kind of RNG where you end up with that boss bug right there, and if you even get a jump off of that little platform, Nimzo luckily just jumped off and landed straight on him right where he needed to hold B attack, and so he got that kill very good. That actually saved him some time. That genuinely saved him some good time. That bug is really annoying to try and climb up of.
Yeah, so we definitely have Nimzo on a pretty good pace right now, both in his splits and on the run. So yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's definitely cool to see a top level runner be on actual very good pace right here.
Yeah, I know. Like, definitely Nimzo is definitely someone who's like can be very consistent. In a lot of ways, right? Yeah.
He's very good at pumping out times that are around the low 255s to lower. He's very good at being consistent about that, which is incredible because those are times a lot of us can't even fathom right now in terms of our movement gameplay.
Yeah.
But same thing with Marco, where they're able to pop out very, very good times.
Yeah, and it's like, well, that's the thing in races, right? Is that you just have to be able to be very consistent under pressure, and that's like kind of why I definitely prefer these sorts of tournament formats than just kind of a leaderboard grinding in your bedroom sort of type of thing. I don't know. But yeah, no, here we see kind of Nimzo kind of going like mid-game stuff, having to kind of like go out of his way to get ball and chain, and I guess among other items as well, I think.
You really don't notice how long these cutscenes are until you're really trying to save time, and then you realize, wow, that is long.
Yeah.
So Marco got a 107.16, and then Nimzo got a 105.36. There's about less than 2 minutes. It's about 1:30 something from each other.
Yeah, it's not much time.
It's a decent amount, but it's not crazy amount.
Yeah.
There is still some areas. Once we're through more fuel, there's definitely gonna be a lot less area for Marco to actually end up catching up, because it's just gonna get to a point where the game ends up being very reliant on your movement, and they're both gonna play very, very well, and we're not gonna see much change come from either of them.
Yeah. Marco was done with the linear Twilight a while back, so or what, with like about a minute ago. So he's just gonna end up doing the similar things that Nimzo's just doing.
Here we are saving Isa so that we can get a bomb bag and then use that bomb bag to go get another bomb bag. Ooh, I wish I was kidding on that too. That is our main objective, getting that bomb bag.
Yeah, it's like this one's only a temporary one. You're not meant to take it outside of like this, and so it's kind of buggy in a lot of ways.
It goes away whenever you save and quit, followed by it also goes away once you complete a temple. Like, once we beat Lake Bed, it will be removed from our inventory. Which blows. But it's not that bad.
Isn't it like also if you like die, it's also removed, I think?
Yeah, if you die, it also is removed. And it messes with your equips too, pretty badly. It's kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
Does it actually? Jay, I didn't know that it goes back to normal bombs if you
Yeah, it does, I think.
It has a lot. It's a lot of buggy properties. It's kind of hilarious.
Yeah. Well, again, it's like you're not really meant to take it outside, so.
All we do is we use it to go get another bomb bag. That's pretty much its whole entire use.
Yeah, pretty much.
One time Dean braid farted recently, and it was about to save word, but then needed to go to. Oh, well, that sounds like an F. So Norgor, true. There is a trick called Norgor that we could do here. I do not think Nimzo will be going for it during this race. He did last race. It did not go out well.
Yeah, I think Nimzo will just go for like the normal thing.
Yeah, no, yeah, he already has the water bombs. There's no way in hell he's about to go. There's no way he's about to go out and do Norgor after getting the normal bombs, because you're supposed to do it with normal bombs. Definitely one of those weird tricks that people are really trying, like one of those tricks that people are really hoping doesn't actually end up being needed for people to start saving time. F, he takes the damage on hitting the end there, but that was very good. Only backup and like PB attempts. I mean, yeah, definitely, Jay. But at that point, you would just reset because you messed up. Like, it's gonna get to it. Well, it really depends on like your pace at that point. Mistakes with bombs can literally be the run ender, pretty much for this route. Bombs are like a hard mandatory thing we need for this fight in Zant, and so like a lot of the ways to get extra bombs, like you need bombs for more fuel. As long as you like say you don't have enough bombs later on for Zant and stuff like that, there's the backup in Saving the Sky. That's like 14-15 plus seconds to get that one, but that's not all too bad. Definitely not that bad. That lake bed backup chest literally sucks. That lake bed backup chest 100% sucks to go out of your way to go get. It was nice we at least have backups. It's crazy how much info is out there and how much extra stuff you can do to make up. If you guys are wondering what's happening right now, Nimzo did a glitch called Map Glitch where you interrupt warping away with Minitext box. This allows you to not get voided out in void zones, anything like that. Allowing them to just run up, stow peak, and opticary. Marco just did a really cool strat that's called waterfall bomb side hop, whatever you want to call it. There's like 2 versions of the strats that people do now, which is that one, and then diving down as human. It's kind of cool. I like that we're now doing this all as human. I think the movement's a lot cooler.
I see. I assume both runners will go for blizzard snowboarding.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, most people,
yeah.
I feel like most people are. It's definitely really common to
yeah. I'd be very surprised if one of these runners doesn't do it. Because
though last time Nimzo unfortunately did not get it correctly. He did go for it. He just ended up taking a death when going for the shortcut.
Hmm.
It happens though. He's only gonna have a half a heart going through this. Boom, nice.
Yeah, I mean, blizzard snowboarding isn't that bad, assuming you know where you're going, which is kind of hard because you're blind.
It's very easy. There's a lot of visual cues that help you with blizzard snowboard. There's just a lot of little visual cues you can do. Even for the shortcut, there's a visual cue, which makes it nice. It can make it definitely very, very helpful.
Yeah, it's like not an impossible thing. It's just kind of you have to be paying attention.
Wolfdash 3 is the tournament for Twilight Princess speedrunners. We named these big tournaments Wolfdash.
Yeah, TP people are actually cool. Like they actually name their tournaments and not just be this winter X or like whatever. They actually name it some pretty cool names like Wolfdash.
That's actually kind of cool. We should like get little tournament T-shirts with like Wolfdash next time and send them out to all the runners. That'd be kind of hilarious. Y'all get like a little Wolfdash shirt.
I mean, if like, I guess you could probably do it like the winners of the tournament as a quote unquote prize, I guess.
The tourney.
Yeah.
Look at that good snowboarding here.
Also, I love the fact there's like in a race where I just forgot this key. I don't know how, but
yeah, I don't know how you did that one.
I just forgot to get the key, even though it's right there. I didn't even know how. Like, I don't even remember not getting the key. I swear I remembered getting the key, but I just didn't have it.
It's okay.
I don't know, that was a fucking weird race there. Either way, but yeah, you know, yeah, not much to say right now, other than just, you know,
they're about to enter Depth Sword soon. That's gonna be a big thing that's gonna happen. It's a very precise trick that saves a decent chunk of time that a lot of runners go for. And at their level, all of them are going for it.
Yeah, at least I know, like, if you want world record, it's like DSS is like almost a requirement at this point.
Yeah, we're getting to that point where it starts to be very, very needed. Beforehand, you could maybe climb it out without it, but you're definitely gonna want it now. Like, you can still do it without it. It's just gonna be very good.
Yeah. Well, now it's at the point where if you don't do it, it's like kind of hard. Wolfdash 3 is the name of the tourney. Yeah. TP is like, unlike other games, it's cool enough to name its own tourneys. Pretty cool names.
Yeah, we get Wolfdash, and this is the third Wolfdash, which is why it's known as Wolfdash 3. Next year, we'll hopefully be having Wolfdash 4.
Oh yeah.
Oh, now I'm getting a bunch of buffering over from Nimzo's side. Definitely. Okay, so this is the new thing. That's how you correct Depth Sword there. Yeah,
I haven't seen that. It's weird.
It's definitely super cool. Nice, Nimzo. Very good job.
And he just gets it. Just, you know.
Yep.
I don't know what I'd expect other than that from Nimzo. He just does it. Like, you know, This was considered a TAS only trick a while ago, and then he's just just there it is.
A long time ago it was, but the people have made a lot more RTA. It's definitely been made to be like a good amount different. Like it's a lot. The setups are very nice and very more friendly for RTA people to now do it.
Yeah.
Well,
either way, it's still really hard. Yeah.
Considered task. Yeah, it was ancient, dude. Like Death Sword has been known about for a long time. It just wasn't like people did it too often. It's just gotten more progressively more and more like done by people.
But yeah, no. With the spinner, with like Nimzo has, he'll just be able to basically finish up the dungeon, and Marco still needs a spinner. So again, we are like very consistently behind both these runners. Like both of them has made some small errors, some slightly larger than others, but again, just they're both. Like Marco's just consistently, steadily behind Nimzo.
Unfortunately, that's what happens in some of these. The trick coming up. Some people also call TAS only. Wait, what do you mean? Stallard or Stallard skip RTA? That one is literally pain. Yeah, the spinner is mesmerizing just staring at it spin so much. I like how in this dungeon, it's like the one dungeon it has like this amount of movement speed. It's actually very useful. And then everywhere else is like garbage. Like hot garbage. Like its movement speed is dependent on what area you're in, and it's so bad half the time.
Yeah. Yeah, Marco unfortunately not getting Death Sword skip, so I have to kind of basically do it normally. Oh, he's going for it again.
It has RTA Stallard skip has been done by a human. I think it was used. I think you should use save states for it. I've seen 2 humans actually do it before.
I haven't seen anyone do it, but yeah.
It is very, very hard. And very unfun. And I think relies on some RNG. And no one wants to listen. No one wants to listen to Stallard's song for that one. Someone else did it too. Using save states, they did it. A person who's practicing learning, Dasani did it. Nice. Stallard down. That was actually a very good Stallard phase there. Not too bad. Thumbs up. Mark now hurrying up to go to Stallard and meet Nimzo in there. The best use of the spinner Nintendo could figure out was mashing the A button while on these little things. Isn't that crazy? Oh no, Nimzo missed the switch. It's okay, that's not too much time. Happens when you get a little bit unfortunate and you end up spawning like on Stallard's like the side of his head.
Yeah.
One of the small ironic RNGs that happen. Look how big that circle is. Yeah, sometimes you just spawn on that little portion with Stallard's big head on it. And it blocks you from just spinning right on.
Yeah, it's also just because like in this room specifically, your spinner speed increased by like you can like with the spinner you can go really fast and it's like you can just zoom straight past it. Like no.
Fastest speed the spinner can be at is in this room. I'm pretty sure. It's highest speed.
I think this is the only room where the spinner is actually optimal for movement.
There's like I think it's the only one where you'd actually ever want to.
Yeah, right. Nimzo nicely getting like nice second phase there, and finishing the fight really early, like really quickly, and Marco just going into it.
Good, really knocked down, and we're looking for hopefully around an hour from now for the runners, for Nimzo to be done.
Yeah, we're definitely getting close. Kind of the end here. I say close to the end. We have an hour left, which is quite a bit of time, but
We have an hour. What do you mean? That's nothing. That's nothing in TP time. Hello, man.
I mean, an hour is still an hour.
I know. After that day of the 10 hours of commentary, I don't know. An hour feels like nothing now. I'm like, ooh, it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you feel like used to, especially like 6 to 8 hour streams, it's like an hour is nothing. But some people don't have the luxury of streaming for that long.
Yeah, definitely. It's gonna do a roll into a stab here, or a roll into a spin, like right as the portal is coming down here, like before we even see him. Yep.
Yeah, roll spin.
Stab.
Or stab. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, nice.
You can do either or. They both work.
Yeah, right. So yeah, Nimzo basically is going to City in the Sky at this point. And so yeah. And again, Marco's not too far behind. Yeah, no, at this point, like we're past most of the hard, almost like task tricks. So it's like this part is it's basically just a dungeon rush at this point.
We're gonna have some pretty decently hard dungeons that have some really good movement and cool tricks in them. There's a couple extra things that are gonna be hard, like area alpha, skip, stuff like that. Will still be little decent hard tricks that we're gonna be going through. These runners typically get them very, very quickly. Things like early city here is gonna be very quick. Boom, Nimzo through. Like nothing. These tricks tend to be a lot easier than our early game tricks that you're used to seeing though.
Yeah, but like Nimzo getting the early City in the Sky pretty easily. It's not too hard. I think anyone can get it at least on a somewhat regular basis if they know what they're doing.
Oh yeah, definitely. That trick is very, very not. It has a really big window that works for it, so it's nice. It's very forgiving as a trick. So now we're about to have our main man Fire. We've gotten to talk to you 2 times. This is the 3rd time and our final time speaking to this man. But hand us the tickets to the City in the Sky. And by hand us, I mean we're about to pay 300. The only reason we need rubies in the game is for this guy. It's just for this moment that we're about to get. We're gonna say jaw, and then we're gonna have this blessed cutscene. Fire working real hard to build this again. I think it's pretty interesting that TP actually uses NPCs for stuff like that. Like, I felt like Fire was gonna just be one of those characters you barely see and you talk to, right? Ends up being important for like unlocking 3 areas this guy is used for.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the other clown guy isn't really used for much.
Yeah, so yeah, Nimzo just entered in this guy. Yeah, and Marco is just pretty close behind.
Yeah, just unfortunately a good amount of cutscenes behind, which is he's gonna have to sit through. Well, there is another clown. I know there is another clown, Jay. That is true. There's that clown too, Jay. Pour one out for the homie. Malamart the Clown Fiesta to end them all. Okay, Malamart is not a clown. Yeah, Malamart is hype. Have you not seen them? They have like the greatest deals out there. They're like the Walmart of the TP world. Unfortunate that Nimzo ends up getting hit by that. Land. Yeah, my names for enemies just like all dropped. I have no clue what I'm looking at for enemy names right now. There's a Helma store, I know that one. That one's easy. The little Babas or whatever, the little plant. He's gonna smack that guy so he doesn't end up knocking him.
Yeah.
Nimzo, that's a you know, nah, he's gone. Those little shits, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, those are the Moldorms, alright? What did I call last time on the stream? I know I called something that too. That was the exact term I used for something on restream. Yo, Nimzo also side hops here? Let's go. Everyone tells me you side hop here. I'm like, yeah, I don't know why. I just like it better. He also side hops. I feel cool now.
Yeah. Pretty much.
He's gonna cancel the spinner early so that he can go over here, do this tech. Oh my goodness, that aim is so hard to get, Nimzo, because of the camera. Side hop was fast, but like people ask me, they're like, why do you side hop there? There's people who don't do the side hop. No, there are others who don't do side hop. I've genuinely been asked, wait, why do you side hop? I'm like, because I thought it was fast. Like, it looks good. Let's see. We're gonna see Marco. If Marco side hops here, we must all side hop from now. And thank you so much, Liz. We appreciate the good luck and the kind words. Nimzo about to do a very, very clean, fun trick, which is our cutscene skip here.
Yeah, the way he does is semi-precise, but he gets it pretty cleanly. Either with a few C-ups as well, but you know, he still gets it.
Yeah, you want to use that C-up in order to get your... There's actually a cool thing where people are using a claw shot, so the reticle gives you a good line of sight on what you're doing. It's kind of cool.
I mean, if you want to do it like semi-blind, you can just not C-up and just kind of go for it. I wouldn't recommend it, but it's something you can do.
Cutscene skip. No, not that version. No. I mean the one on coming back, not that version. Okay, that one is considered only done by the legend himself. I still need to try if my cursed GameCube could do it too. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I think Ethernet just has like a really weird disc, which allows some like really weird stuff to happen.
It's a combination of probably disc and disc reader put together that makes that comment. Okay, Marco, what you gonna do? Side hop? Side hop, maybe. He does side hop. All right, side hop is the way.
Honestly, like I haven't seen any top runner do anything other than like side hopping.
I swear I've seen so many different versions of that thing.
Actually, no, I've seen like one person not, so I don't know. Okay, unconventional way of getting across the void with an LGA. That I haven't seen.
I think he might have, Jay. I don't know, I'd have to ask him again if he's gone to a different disc. I know it's partially the fault of the GameCube, because the GameCube doesn't read things right. And I have one that does yo, that movement's so cool, like doing a little fan jump attack there. That's hype.
Yeah. Looks really clean.
It's very clean, it's very precise. What you gonna do here, Nimzo? Are you gonna clash on him, or yeah, he's gonna spin that. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, spin attacking is like that's the safe way to do it. Also, Nimzo has like claw shots on X, which is just cringe.
What do you mean? Clash on X isn't bad.
It's
It's weird. It's so weird because like I'm ambidextrous on claw shot. I'm not with iron boots. Iron boots I like to have on certain buttons.
Yeah, I'm ambidextrous on like the boomerang, but I mean claw shots to me have to be on Y. If they're on X, it feels super weird, and vice versa on with like boots. Boots have to be on X, me otherwise it feels weird. I don't know.
It's definitely a thing for every runner. Every runner chooses what buttons they like, which ones they like on which, you know?
Yeah.
I know for me specifically, I don't. I know people are, there's one that a lot of people are like really hammer on, is the lantern. I feel like people literally specifically like the lantern on a single button. A Nimzo, that's unfortunate.
Honestly, I'm kind of ambidextrous with like the lantern actually, I guess.
I don't like. I like the lantern to be on wall. I actually think I've had it on both multiple times. You always put it over iron boots after more fuel, so that
I mean,
one's forced.
primarily I'll have it on Y personally, but if it's on X, I won't like freak out like I would if like claws was on X. Yeah. No, it's like it's like a lot more kind of preference and stuff. Yeah, like the combination Nimzo's got, like, which is boots on Y and claws on X, is like, I'm basically screaming at him to change it, because if I were playing this would be really weird for me, because, you know, I'm like heavily geared to boots on X and claws on Y. Okay, we might see, yeah, we're seeing, like, at least trying to see air alpha skip or something.
Nah, we got it instantly.
Looking good, looking good, looking good. Nice, yeah. You get
Stab
to
set up too. Very, very nice.
yeah. That can be quite. It's like a thing, a 1 pixel window. It's quite small.
It is 1 pixel aim for that trick. It is 100% 1 pixel. There is no ifs, ands, or ends about it. It is straight up a 1 pixel shot. Very precise. Though you see runners always do it because it's a very big time save.
Yeah, this is quite a long fight. Well, it's relatively long. Yeah, see, Marco knows what he's doing. Marco's got like the claws on the Y and the boots on the X. You know, he clearly knows what he's doing. He's clearly superior runner here. Okay, no, but for real, it's like yeah, no, he's kind of catching up to Nimzo right now.
I don't think there's been any difference. There's gonna be this thing where Nimzo messed up the movement over here, which is gonna be like 5 seconds that Marco can come.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's only like a few rooms away from things, so it's like,
there's just a lot of stuff with City. He's got a save warp, he's got this cutscene, he's got to wait out the fan cutscenes, he's got to wait out a bunch of stuff. That's where the time, like, even if runners are like a room apart from each other, like there's like a room in Palace that people will always line up on as the outside room. There's literally a minute difference in that room. Of the start, like it's literally like a minute to a minute and a half long room. So it'll look cool and be like, yo, they're really close to each other when they're like still very far apart.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still saying that like Marco can still take this, you know, if like the stars align for him at this point. Like, I mean, you know, Nimzo does have a obvious lead, but this is, I still say this is still in neck and neck territory.
There's definitely potential for him to be able to take it. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but Nimzo just getting boss B. Yeah, okay,
doing very good on that double
nice.
clash, on the post double clash shot segment here.
Yeah.
City second half he did a very good job so far. Palace will make or break, pretty much, yeah. If whatever happens, Palace will probably decide it. If Nimzo comes out,
honestly, Palace seems to make or break a lot of races. It seems to be a big role in deciding races, at least from what I've seen.
Yeah, Nimzo, yo, where do I get your luck at, Nimzo? What the fuck? Just got like two-handed grabs in a row. Like, come on, buddy. Share some of the RNG for us. What is this?
Yeah, there's like 200. Yeah, like that. Yeah, I mean, they have 200 grams. Like that is RNG, which is like, you know. Yeah, but it's like the actual act of grabbing on the fans isn't hard, assuming you aim in roughly the right place, which in itself is pretty easy.
What, the LJAs? Or the...
No, like the grabbing the fans.
Oh no, I was
talking about it's pretty easy.
Oh yeah. It is like, yeah, it's really, it's like fair, as long as you know LJAs, it's like unironically like super easy. The aim isn't even that bad on it. It's a bit of precision. Nice fan tower there. I like how he's like, being that quick there, he has so much extra time to end up getting that aim. It's very, very nice for him getting it.
Yeah, this is like a really quick fan. a fan room thing.
Fan tower.
Fan tower. Yeah, that. Either way, it's really quick. So yeah.
Marco, now picking up the boss key in just a second from now. Nice. Getting that rob shot out there. So now we have Argrok. This fight has 2 minutes to cutscenes. Yes, a whole 2 minutes spent on cutscenes for this fight.
Mm.
Wonder if he's got a cool game. Yeah, no,
Marco's kind of doing like the everything kind of on like the other side, and it's kind of an unconventional way of doing the fan skip, but he does it anyway. Like I haven't seen that way.
it's not that. It's like a different way of doing it. It doesn't really lose time at all.
Mm.
It's very
Yeah.
fun. And yeah, for sure, like, City, definitely, it can look like you're much closer than you are, but City is loaded with little cutscenes and little things that eat up time, and lots of waiting. This Fan Tower, you still have to wait through these cycles of it spinning around. Good aim by Marco. Good stuff. And Marco gets a quick Fan Tower there, too. It is brutal because they're about to be in the same boss fight. Only unfortunate thing, there's about 2 minutes between them still. Even though they're in the same boss.
Again, like the Nimzo's lead has been very consistent. Again, it's like even in like the speed and TP, not much has really changed since like the start of the run, really.
Yeah,
After being ever so behind.
Nimzo has carried out his lead, definitely after the Gorge Void. Nimzo has carried out that lead very, very well. Definitely with a couple mistakes, but he played it very well to keep being nice and ahead of you.
Mm.
Crazy to see both people in Argrok though, but seem so far apart.
Yeah.
After this, we only have 2 dungeons left. That will be the end of our losers bracket for this year's Wolfdash. One race will be left after that, and it will be the winners final. I mean, it could be 2 races left depending on who loses in the event, but it will be the final competitors will be decided by them. The Grand Finals. True. That is what it's called, isn't it? Thank you, Jay. I definitely, like, for some reason I was like, the winner's final. Wait a second, that is just the Grand Finals.
Well, winners finals was like.
Yeah, it's called Grand and then winners. Yeah, okay, gotcha.
I see. Nimzo just doing like the flame skips. He's getting them pretty much flawlessly.
Yeah, everyone is.
Yeah, she's gonna grab that. It's fine.
Yeah, he's definitely getting it. Everyone at their level is gonna be pretty much getting these without any problem.
Yeah. They're not too hard if you practice them for like 30 minutes. You'll get them every time.
They are very, very good and they're very responsive to how you do them. It's up to you to get them or not.
Yeah.
Or dying cutscene. Let's go. We have Marco doing the first hit on Argarok. Off to Palace we go, Nimzo. He's gonna pick up this heart before he goes, though. Funny thing, you actually hold L and then left and hit A. That's actually how you get that jump shot, that side hop there. F. That's a bit of an F, ADN. It's okay. You've been doing a good job. Hopefully, we don't have any problems near this little end side of the stream.
Mm. Yeah, Nimzo is basically done with City in the Sky. Marco is very close behind him. And yeah, then we'll see Palace of Twilight, which again could determine this race. But yeah, Palace of Twilight has determined a lot, so yeah. Yeah, Nimzo's now in the Palace of Twilight, and Marco's pretty much just finished up with City in the Sky. So again, it's someone pretty close. Yeah.
We got the nice cutscenes we get to watch twice over.
Yeah.
Palace of Twilight. There's gonna be a lot of it's a lot of movement heavy sections. That really depends on you. There's gonna be a room that's definitely a lot harder, and has a bit of RNG in it, a bit of up to you. It's just a very unfun room to do. And can lose tons of time, but hopefully both sides have good palaces over here. Nimzo forgot which one he was on. This isn't the greatest place for one to spawn. It's my 20-man commentary community race while commentating. I think there's only 2 people doing the community side race. I can actually go check on where he is. I will literally tell you where the crazy room is. It's gonna be the first room of the other wing. The arrays kinda got scuffed. Yeah, I'm figuring. Nice. So here for this fight for Phantom's Dance is going to be stab, spin, spin, stab, spin, spin, stab, spin, spin, spin. That's how this fight pretty much goes. We use audio cues and our visuals to be able to find him well. We're just hitting him enough so that he doesn't start warping around and going crazy. We're hitting him just before he would start doing that. So then we can let him go and then hit him again.
Yeah. Also, yeah, we have all runners in Palace of Twilight now, and again, as you were saying, this place can and probably will decide the race in a lot of ways.
I'm not gonna lie, there's gonna be one room that decides the race. It's most of Palace is very, very isn't that bad. We're about to hit that room that will decide much. Nimzo would need to lose a lot of time in this room in order for it to kind of come back at this point. And that room is gonna, it's not here. We're gonna, once we drop off this ball, we go to the next side, that's gonna be the room that has the highest potential of actually screwing up a runner and making them lose time. There is Zelda RNG, but Zelda RNG can only do so much. Like, that still wouldn't make the, like, between currently their differences, Nimzo would still win with a 14 over a 7. Is the kind of, like, difference between them right now. $14 will be very, very rough. We could always see a new Zelda world record, you know, imagine. That'd be quite crazy. I mean, but then again, wouldn't that just make them the winner anyway? Like, if you get the new Zelda world record, wouldn't that be... Oh, that would be a win in my book. That'd be a pretty big W. So this room, right after this LJ, we're about to see Nimzo go do. So we go over here, he's gonna throw his boomerang. To do, jump, nice. This next room is a bit painful.
Oh yeah, well, like, in this room, it's like you'll like fall down, you'll lose like so much time.
You can lose quite a lot to this room. In a lot of ways, you can lose a lot of time. It is insane how much can actually be lost. So we buffer out, like he's buffering out waiting so that the Xant head doesn't spawn. He wants it to spawn right how he did it. And he does it perfect. Alright, so you know,
I've never actually seen that, that's interesting. They could just manipulate the Xant head to spawn and not just mess you over.
The way they do that, so it doesn't show his spawn. Why they do that specifically is when you get onto that middle section, that's when he spawns, right? What they're doing is they're waiting so the platforms line up for you to just be able to run all the way across in one go. So they're letting it so that the platforms line up, so you don't have to wait at all. And which makes it so that you can get to the Xant head very easily. And then that's how that room goes, and he did it flawlessly. Really good job, Nimzo. He made that room look pretty easy, but that one, trust me, is definitely a painful room.
Yeah, and somewhat shortly we will see Marco do it, but yeah, that's still about a minute off.
Hopefully, yeah, Marco gets it well too, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you still have to come back through that room, but I think going back is slightly easier.
Back is very, very easy. It's extremely consistent. Truly flawless. You had me stressed out. Yeah, legitimately. Like, that room is hard. Like, I wish I was exaggerating about that room actually catching runners, but no, it catches, like, you see people, it catches a lot of people. That room can be very, very unfun to a lot of runners. I've seen people throwing PBs at very high levels to that room, unironically. It is quite literally one of our more difficult rooms. It also has some other extra movement areas, but we're gonna be seeing Nimzo do very, very well with them. Early platforms, stuff like that. We're gonna be seeing him get these tricks, get these things down very, very easily. Oh damn, Xant went for an extremely early hit there. Luckily that wasn't a spawn one.
Yeah, so we're just seeing Marco entering the scary room, and yeah, Nimzo's doing the
he specifically does that because he doesn't want the bats to... That boomerang throw right there is so that the bats don't mess with him. So we're seeing him do the same kind of lineup thing, and hopefully he gets over here and gets the same... Good, he gets the exact same room. There's literally 0 time difference between the two. And how that room went.
Yeah.
Very, very literally. Like the same room. Just watch twice. Good stuff. Welcome in, this is a channel made for Zelda runs. Nimzo done with second sand fight. Well done. Now we got Marco. I'm gonna have to catch up doing these extra rooms. Nice, get the double hit there too. This room. We now have both runners in the exact same room, but like I've said before, one's leaving, one's wrapping up the first time of it. Marco's still gotta wait for the chest to spawn. He's gotta go claw shot over, claw shot back, and then he's good. By Nimzo, he's now leaving the room. Does everyone go for the Spidey shot on that? Inverse of this room, a lot easier. Just some good time jumps.
Well, one thing to note. Yeah, one thing to note is that there's like the LGA that Marco just did, which is like actually quite difficult. But yeah, both these ones just nailed it.
Oh, that one? It is not difficult actually. That recent one, like to get back over after the key, it's very, very easy. There's a lineup, there's like a setup for it. So after you take up the chest, you hold down right notch or down left notch, you hit A, and you are in perfect lineup for it.
Oh, okay, yeah. I just wasn't aware of the setup, I guess. I just heard it was hard for a bunch of people.
It ends up being very nice. The claw shot, is that guy blocking it? Nimzo! Nimzo? Yeah, he's trying to like grab it between his legs. Wait a second. I've never seen that before. That was pretty good. Oh, that was a small time loss, but that was a funny one, you know. We take the small funny time losses.
Yeah, so Nim's about to get his light sword.
Sword allows you to one-shot Twilight Beast and Twilight things. That has light. Crazy. Yeah, he lost a small amount of time in here. He's lost about 13 seconds to PB here. This middle section of Palace is not very hard. This middle section has a bit of areas that are going to be hard and some tricky LJAs, but most of them will be very good about these jumps and making sure they get them.
Yeah, again, Nim's been pretty solid this whole run. Maybe like a few small mistakes here and there.
He's had a couple areas where I definitely like know that he's like, yeah, damn, that's a little bit rough. But like other than that, his MDH was probably one of his biggest like L's. He took like a huge like 40 seconds on MDH alone. Yeah. Overall, his run has been very, very good. Like it's crazy to think that like, did he just not get a heart from that bat? I thought that was a mandatory heart drop. What? This is one of the LJs. Yeah, it's going out of bounds. We're good. Oh, it's definitely awesome. Both these runners have. It is literally a case of a couple of things have been a little different in each of their runs. Marco having worse RNG in the beginning, like legitimately, that's like a big thing that separated him at the start. Missing Gorge Void, and then a little bit of his movement is what separated these two right now. But both have played incredibly well. Like, what, isn't Nimzo still on 54 pace right now?
Pretty much, yeah.
That was literally, that was our old world record time period. Like, crazy. He's on fairly comfortable 54 pace. Yeah, that's what I expected. He's literally on comfortable 54. Zelda could take it, but like, that's even kind of like a bit hard for her. She'd have to be very, very mean. I think Marco is on. I'm pretty sure he's like 57 pace right now, 6 pace. So that's kind of the differences right now.
That's still both of these are still sub 3s, which is still really good times from both runners.
Yeah, it is. It's just the echelon for this for the tourney has gone very low. Everyone in the tourney currently is 53 runners or 52, which is insane to think because that didn't exist. The start of this tourney, those things didn't exist. There was no 53, there was no 52.
Alright, yeah, so again, not much to say other than, like, you know, both runners on pretty good paces.
Nimzo
Yeah.
entering early platform room, right? Or wait, is this going outside?
No, he's entering, yeah, he's entering a platform.
Yeah, he's entering early platform room. I was literally just staring at Marco's screen for a little bit. And like I've said, literally right before, guess what? This is the outside room that it looks like they were both like, Nimzo just exited it, right? And Marco's just entering it. It looks like they're very, very close to each other, right? But this room is super duper long.
I think all rooms are just really long, actually.
Yeah, a lot of the rooms in Palace are long. Nimzo doing some crazy setup to get this. That's cool. Nice. He is already on pace for early platforms. Claw shot will be good. Very, very well done. Bam. He's already got early platform. He doesn't need to do anything fancy to get early platform up. But you know, he's gonna throw a pot at the Zant head. Yeah, we do take the swag points there. That's some good swag that Nimzo's got here. Yeah, look at this early platform. Very comfortably early platform.
Yeah, both these runners are not really having that much trouble with past Twilight. Both are kind of going, you know, pretty well through.
Yeah, most of them aren't gonna really mess up. There's like this in the outside room that we see Marco at. There's like sometimes you might mess up some of the aim and you won't kill these guys quite immediately here, but he's already good. Takes a hit for it, but you know, actually his HP is a little low. Marco does need to be careful. Taking damage in the next room could be very lethal to him. It is quite easy to take a small bits of damage in that next room too. Okay, apparently, you know, Nimzo just won the flex. He does a backflip spin attacks. LMAO Nimzo, I love that.
I mean, looks pretty cool.
It is. It's something I learned recently that you could actually do a backflip, pull out your sword, and do that all in the same thing. Quite crazy. He did run through that section extremely well. Actually, both of these runners have played the middle section very, very well. Yeah, he's throwing in the absolute style points here. Throwing that pot at the Zant head too, that just adds in the extra style points.
Yeah, right, so yeah, Zant is basically just kind of a fight. I was going to finish the sentence, but yeah, not entirely. I don't think it's an entirely challenging fight. It's just, you know,
some specific things to it that are pretty challenging. This next in Mind's phase, we're about to have a 1 cycle, which is about a 2-frame window. Yeah, LMAO. How many times have I said like 2-frame, 1-frame window, right?
Well, that's like keeping it in a nutshell.
Yeah, that is. So yeah, he does the backup with that, and he gets it. Let's go, Nimzo. Nice stuff. Basically catching Zant before he teleports there, so it treats it as if he's in the next cycle and you catch him. Yeah, no, it legitimately both have had a very clean Palace of Twilight. There hasn't been much time. Like, the biggest time loss we had was Nimzo trying to shoot between like one of the Twilight guy's legs and he couldn't get the ball. It was like 5 seconds he lost, 6 seconds he lost. Like, that's it, really? That's all the time difference. And Nimzo is currently in the lead by a good 2-minute margin, I'm pretty sure. It is around 2 minutes. I get you exact time in a second. Oh, Mayo, I like Marco's split. Xantho start. Boom. Phantom Zant. Or, I mean, Zant down. Let's go. For the water phase. Yeah. A couple more phases left, and then Nimzo is going to be out of this fight already.
Yeah, well now Marco is entering this fight as well.
Yep. This fight is a beefy long fight. It's kind of crazy that this fight actually lasts for so long. This is one of the coolest fights in Zelda. In my opinion, at least, this fight is very, very interesting. One that runs you through so much of the game and so many of the areas that you've visited and a lot of the gimmicks that you've seen and done before.
Or in this case, not visited, because, you know, I don't remember seeing Goron Mines in the past, like, 2.5 hours.
You know, true. Or Blizzetta. We did not see Blizzetta either. Also, fun fact, this ball and chain right here, this is the only reason we need ball and chain. Legitimately, we could skip it if the Zant phase did not have this. There's no other way to hurt Zant here, though, without ball and chain. Oh, is he trying to... Okay, I thought he was going to try and swag it and get it on the way back. Wait, that sounds like such cool swag. Wait a second. Theory swag. Throw ball and chain so early that when pulling it back, it hits Zant's foot. Yes, Nimzo's in the lead. The person to the left is greatly in the lead by like 2 minutes. Nice. Boom.
Yeah, I think this last phase is a little bit finicky, but you know it's not too bad.
Oh, it can definitely be weird picking it up, but once you've got it down, it's very, very tight and very, very easy to get down.
Yeah, well now we have Marco in the water phase, and you know Nimzo basically is done.
Also, that fight is literally like one of the best cat jams in this game. I love that song so much. It is good. Like I just turned on Marco's audio so that I could listen to it again.
But it's not really boss music with a lot of like the cat jams and stuff.
Yeah, we have some really good music in TP. TP definitely has some really cool music in the Zelda franchise.
Yeah.
There isn't much time lost left, and they're run. In terms of time loss, they have a backflip, save warp, that's like around 5 seconds or 4 seconds. They have a bit of aiming, a dark nut that they're both going to do very well on, and then Zelda. Zelda is your biggest time loss, but they have a 2-minute difference, and Zelda would have to be... He would have to break Zelda for the time to catch up, and I still think he would have the lead after that.
Yeah. Nimzo definitely in a
he's in a comfortable position right now.
He's in a comfortable position going into castle, so good. Definitely good for him.
Let's see if he gets this bonk going in here too. This is the most important part of the run here. Get this bonk into the loading zone. Thank you, Nimzo. 070, you captain. Good job on today. I actually love the tech that we're watching Marco do there. If you just saw that, so instead of doing the spin attack on the final hit there, he dodges the spin attack and then starts swinging and gets the final hit as Zant spawns in for his next attack. It saves very, very minimal amounts of time, I think, but it's cool. It looks very cool.
Yes, there is a bracket. If you type exclamation point bracket, you'll basically see it, I guess, in the chat.
Yes, you will see it. And we have now finished the Squidna cutscene.
Okay, I just did it for you in like the last second. Oops. Anyway, yeah, there's a bracket in chat. Either way. Yeah, Nimzo's is like a really good place to have a really good time. According to a splits, he's 1.5 minutes behind world record, so definitely very favorable in a good run. I think there are like fishing rod strats you can do with Gandalf in this game, but in terms of actual damage, I don't think it really makes a difference. From what I understand, anyway. I mean, you can do some like really funky things with fishing rod, but yeah. I see. Nimzo's in like King Bob 3. Yeah, pretty much just flawless. Yeah, King Bob can be scary if you're like a new runner because he does 3 hard damage pretty much. But yeah. And yeah, we can see Mako just entering castle. He's not in as favorable position as Nimzo, so he's gonna have to like really pray Nimzo messes up somewhere to have the win, but it's still possible.
Oh, I've been deafened. So right here is going to go for a backflip, and he gets it right here. He actually has the Iron Boots method. I had my mic muted. I was being a little bit dumb. I don't know how long I've been muted for, but I've been talking for a while. So that is a move that people do so that they can get a save warp here. That saves you a minute text. That saves you from getting hit by a minute text. It saves around 4 seconds or so. It's 4, give or take a little. Sorry to interrupt you, kid. I just had to go say that strat there that comes out here.
Yeah.
HC going to be very, very similar from both of them. We should literally watch the same thing happen twice. This dungeon is very, very linear in our path that we go in, and it's very optimal, and all runners could do this. Even in the casual playthrough, you can take this path and just get to Ganon. It's not like we do any crazy tricks or crazy strats here. This is all very much, pretty much doing the dungeon optimally, and skipping all the extra fluff of it.
Pretty much, yeah.
This fight here that you're about to see from Nimzo on terms of the Dark Hammer is a bit harder. Just like the way that we do is optimizing our hits to make sure that we are just always getting damage off. And then bam, it's already done. Ball and chain 3 done. Lining up for the boomerang throw. Arco died to KB.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, I wasn't.
That is an F. I watched the hit happen, and I couldn't believe what I watched. I did not realize.
Yeah, definitely is not making anything easier for him. So it's definitely making Nimzo's lead just even more bigger.
like in terms of, and yeah, ADN, yeah, Nimzo has had flaws. Like there have been points where he's made some mistakes here and there that were like very noticeable mistakes. So like crazy to see. His movement's very, very good. But TP is definitely a game that's not optimized and it's not fully done yet. There are lots of areas where people can improve, do really well. Even with Nimzo in his current PvP, there is still time that he can save. It's cool to see. Nice. Very good. LMAO. He got hit by the corpse of the body. Nice. That just looked funny how he paused, like where he paused there.
Yeah, now a long cutscene because you know the game can.
Yeah, we liked a long cutscene here. Marco does the save warped. Currently, I'm just gonna say Rat because that's at the end of your name. So Rat, for right now, we don't know of any major time saves that might get pushed out. TP is still optimizing. We're finding new stuff constantly. Very recently, we've been seeing a lot of small minor things. Like we have been adding up seconds and seconds and seconds here. They've been adding up and making more and more of these times possible. And runners being able to push down more. And the reason why the game is in German is because that is 6 seconds faster in English in any percent. Specifically any percent.
Yeah, and like you'll see a lot of runners just using English anyway. So like maybe like region stuff.
It's 6 seconds. It doesn't matter. If you want to run this game, don't care about it. If it's German or English, you can hit world record without that 6 seconds. Like it is definitely. It's nice to have a free 6 seconds, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, like I'm someone who like plays on like a European console, and it's like it's just like I'll have it because it's like a free 6 seconds, but honestly it's like it's not really a huge deal with my
Yeah, the cost of TP is already getting your hands on TP alone is expensive, so making it version specific it sounds like a pain, you know.
Yeah.
Actually, Nimzo, funnily enough, I heard that last Wolfdash, the finals was decided because of a language difference. Like, Nimzo was pretty much 6 seconds off of Case.
Yeah, and that's why he's on German now.
That's why he now is playing on Simi's copy and over here, if German or a PAL version of the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very
it doesn't have to be specifically from like Germany. It just has to be from like any PAL region. Game.
For the European copies, they're always labeled as PAL. I don't even remember what PAL stands for. But
yeah, I don't even know.
That European release copy version.
Yeah, because then you could just like change the language in the settings.
Yep. Isn't NTSC North American?
It's NTSC is North American and Japan.
The thing is, Marco cannot win right now. There isn't pretty much a way, unless Nimzo actually tries to crash the game on purpose.
Even though it has the worst Zelda of his life, but that would be
It wouldn't even be the worst Zelda of his life. It's going to be the worst Zelda of existence. There's a higher chance of Nimzo going and win the lottery twice right now in today, and getting hit by a train on the way back, than a Zelda that would actually close up the time.
Yeah,
we'll see. PD signals were sent and decoded. That's really cool, Kip. That's really hype. By opposition to NTSC. NTSC is the version that has English, though, right? PAL permanent. LMAO Deesh. Deesh, I'm reading that and I literally almost believed it. TSC is the National Television Standards Code. Nothing to do with it. Technically, it just people who designed it. Oh, that's actually really cool.
Yeah, well, I think the words NTC and PAL, like, they originally came from, like, the frame rate of, like, the TVs, because they were, I think, slightly different.
Okay, to be fair, though, there are some games where the differences between the languages, because for some reason, NTSC and PAL, there are sometimes differences. With games like Luigi's Mansion specifically, there are huge differences between the game because they get a later release of it, which is really interesting to see. So sometimes PAL does end up being a different version of the game. Which I find super cool that sometimes happens. Made standard, so now we casually as NTSC. Alright, gotcha. Thank you, Kip, for the explanation.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like TP is like the only Zelda game where PAL is the dominant version. Like in any other Zelda game, it's like not.
Nimzo,
Oh, actually, I never Breath of the Wild.
Nimzo golded this. Also, Nimzo had a very, I think that was 7 cycle, very good Zelda. 2 Triforces, I think that was 7.
Yeah, well, I mean, like Breath of the Wild just isn't like region locked because it's like 2017. You know, it's like because at that point region locking is like it was a thing of the past. So
Yeah, region locking is really dumb to have nowadays. Region locking should not exist anymore. Well, the game's PAL has significant disadvantages due to 25 frames compared to 30 frames being the same. Frames just slower.
yeah. Yeah, well, I think it's like in like almost every Zelda game, Japanese is the fastest, except for TP.
We need to have a second here talking about this. We had just had another gold come out from Nimzo in Hyrule Castle. That is extremely good. It is not common to see a bunch of golds coming out from him. This is amazing to see 2 golds in a race, and the time he's about to get here is incredible.
Yeah, Nimzo's just a fast dude.
He's done very, very well in this race. This is the fastest time that's ever been done in a race today. What we were witnessing. This is the fastest that's ever happened in a race. And 6 months ago, this would have broken like world record. Like a lot of like 4 months ago, this would have been considered a world record. It's crazy to see that this is a minute off of his PV. Yet Nimzo lost 30 to 40 seconds to a fall in MDH. Because he attacked quicker. Or T quick. The last, before this tournament, it was case you had a 54.08.
Yeah.
That was exactly it. And then Nimzo beat that with a 53, and this, yeah, his previous world record was a higher 50, a little bit of a higher 53, then a lower 53, and then a 52, if I'm pretty sure is what's happened so far. Also, the world record that he currently has, which is the 52, is very recent. 53.38, nice. Trez, you know how to call it off of the Ganon cutscene off of here. Went away after final hit on a horseback. Really? It's okay, yeah. Without Iron Boots, yeah, adds like a second, right? Because of the having to go into menu and then equip. I'll keep note of that. I'll try to remember that's how to do that. Everyone always does that. I'm like, how?
I'd say Nimzo just right in like the final Gandalf fight. Should be done in a few seconds.
Yeah, it's ideally 12 seconds, and at their level, always 12 seconds. Like there you go, done.
Yeah.
GG to Nimzo. Congrats on the 53.38 in a race.
Time.
Followed it. Let's go, Trez. Winner, chicken dinner. Wait, is there a praise Trez command in here or no? Is it only blame Trez?
I think it's only blame Trez.
We can only blame Trez. Nimzo's not gonna come in for an interview. Let's be honest. Nimzo has not spoken.
Voice reveal.
Go ahead and blame me. I am fine. Good stuff, Nimzo. Very good job, GG on today's race. Because I'm guessing he's probably listening to the end portion of this. LMAO at MDH. But the rest of the run was literally very, very amazing. Sniping on Nimzo's stream. 110 ahead of the final hit. LMAO. Marco wrapping up race now. He's going over to horseback. He's still gonna have a very good. He's gonna have a very good time, especially in a race setting. He had a rough early game. RNG beat him down. What was his iron boots? It was like 820, 823. Like, dude, I have a 318 and that's my iron boots time. Like, that sucks for where he is. Like, you don't want to leave with that.
Yeah.
So it started on a bad foot for him. Missed Gorge Void, and it just hasn't been the greatest run overall. Low odds of having an interview, yes. If Nimzo wants an interview, he is 100%. We will gladly welcome you, Nimzo, but I'm very sure he does not want an interview. Back to Zach, you go. Right now, the cutscene playing is him running back up to Zach to fight him in the next raid. We have a 250. Give me a second. Yeah, it's a 257 or just below 257. Nah, it's a 257. GG to Marco too. He's about to close it out. You got 12 seconds of fight left. 12 seconds. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, and it's over.
Pretty much it. Alright, that was it. Nice. GG from both of the dudes.
GG from both of them, and unfortunately Marco is now eliminated out of Wolfdash. He's done amazing. Through the thing, he entered losers bracket really early. I can't really even remember who he fought. If Marco wants to come in for an interview, we're more than welcome to have you. If you would like to join us. But sometimes he also doesn't do interviews, so we could just have a no interview from both.
Yeah, like again, both runners like sub 3 is like that's still really good though.
Both runs were very good. Considering what Marco was dealt, this is a very, very good time.
Yeah.
He's done very well. The early game, it happens. This is why we say TP is a hard game to have for races and all that. It's you get early games like that, and it's just like that sucks.
Yeah. Well, especially when you're facing an opponent like Nimzo, everything kind of has to go in your favor, and when they don't, it's kind of leaving it up to random chance at that point.
GG to everyone there. Congrats to the people who voted for. Wow, that was actually really split there. That was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You never really get to watch this for ADN. What, you haven't seen the ED? Have you seen where I can't spoil the ending for you. We gotta get to. Marco is in the waiting room. We can pull Marco in. Let's go. ADN, we got this. Come on. Hello, Marco.
Alright, cool.
Hey. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
GG on the run.
Thank you. Well, GG to Nimzo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was never gonna beat that.
that was, I wouldn't say never. I definitely think you can. I think with this run and that start, I don't think you could have. Like, I think from the beginning it was pretty much sealed. The iron boots was really rough for you.
Yeah.
I don't even know what goat you had there, but that goat really disliked you, dude. He did 2 loops. It took him 2 loops to actually go in.
No.
Other than that, how do you feel about your run? Because I feel like overall you played pretty well, decent for what you were handed with. Like,
Yeah, I'd say I'm pretty happy with how I played. It just, the beginning was not really my fault. I lost a minute to RNG pretty much. The gate 4 times. Then goats were super weird. I don't know. And then bow was insanely bad luck. Like 30 seconds lost to bow.
yeah.
Yeah.
It all stacked with you being literally like a minute behind at the start, just straight up.
And Nimzo, of course, got the perfect RNG at the beginning.
You know, he did kind of steal that bit early. If he didn't do safe bit, he would have been ahead of PB immediately. Like, that would have literally been how quick he was.
Yeah.
With the early game. He was only 4 seconds behind with safe bit. I think safe bit loses like, what, 10?
10? Yeah.
Round?
10 sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah, it's about 10. So you'd have been 6 seconds ahead if you didn't have to do safe bit.
Yeah, 2108 Master Sword is insane in a race.
Yeah, his 23, what was the little lake bed was really good. It was like a 23.38, I believe, in this race. 123.38, like leaving more fuel.
Yeah, I think it was definitely a 120 something, I think. From Nimzo at least.
It was very good. I mean, hey, it was still good. You didn't let the lead like change a crazy amount after, you know, of course, the 2 straight ones of, you know.
Yeah.
Hammer
Gorge
time
Void.
cost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gorge Void was rough.
Yeah. It's been a while since I failed it, actually. I was like on a streak of 10 in a row, but I failed it this time. RIP. But yeah, I'm pretty happy about how I played in this. My Twilight were really good. I was actually catching up a little bit.
Oh, yeah, you had some sections where you genuinely were shaving off time. You were catching up. You definitely, like, up to him at some points. Big thing I was going to say, I think you've done really amazing throughout this whole tournament, too. Like, you came to losers really early. How did you end up getting the losers so early again? Like, what happened?
Yeah, I was against Simikins, and the only reason why I lost is because I tried one bomb and I died.
F.
Which was very dumb to do because I was already ahead. There was no point, but I don't know. I just tried it.
Do you remember your PB coming into Wolfdash, like, right as this was starting, like, during the seeding race time?
When did it start?
It was, like, late January is when we did the seeding races, I'm pretty sure.
So my PB was a 256.12 then.
Wow, so you have literally shaved off over, like, 3 minutes from your
Yeah,
PB.
3 minutes.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
It's insane to see all of these runners. Like, during this, Nimzo shaved off, like, 3 minutes from his, too. Like, we've seen many in a row.
He had a 255, I think.
Yeah, before when this started, and now we're at 252 wasn't even heard of. Like, that wasn't even the cool idea at first.
Yeah.
And now it's a thing.
And now he gets 253 in a race. That's the best race time ever, I guess.
That is the best race time ever, and it might be one of the best race times we ever see.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you gonna keep? Are you pushing? You're pushing for 252, right? I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm pushing for a record actually right now. 252 and then probably record unless it goes down to 251, then I don't know. But for now, yeah, I want to get like a low 252 or something. And then I'll do probably 100%. I don't know.
Oh, you want to try out Hundo? That's really cool. I think Hundo's super cool in this game.
Yeah.
It was fun to get the showcase. I think it was literally last weekend when we did the Hundo races.
Oh yeah, right. But yeah,
that's
not too unhappy. Like it's.
Yeah. It was. You fought a very good opponent.
Yeah.
Did well. Honorable way to go out.
So yeah, that's fine. Thank you for the tournament and the commentary and stuff. That was really cool.
Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. I've commentated for like all of your races, or like maybe I missed one. Right. Also, yeah, Nimzo confirmed he had a 255.09 when he came back.
Yeah, right.
Zach had a 257 when this started.
Wow.
Dude, what? Like everyone's just gone. It's been a good year for TP. Like this year has been super good for this game. We've seen so many milestones get pushed.
Yeah.
Any last words? Anything else you want to say before you probably wrap up?
Not really. No. No. I think I'm good. I'll probably do some more runs. So.
Sounds good. Oh, right after this.
Yep. I'll be off for now. Thank you for the commentary again. And yeah, hope I can join maybe the next tournament if it happens. We'll see.
Oh, it for sure is happening. Don't worry.
All right, thank you guys.
Yep. Have an amazing day, Marco. Thank you again for the race.
Thanks.
And GG. All right, ADN. Do we have an idea of who we're raiding, or do we want to go raid Marco because he's gonna be free?
Definitely just gonna raid Marco. I think.
Nice.
That's the smart play here. So keep a lookout on the schedule for that final match for Nimzo versus Zach. I'd probably say it's gonna be sometime within the next week.
You'll catch probably me and ADN back here again.
Oh, most likely. So long as you guys don't schedule it during work, I'm good. But yeah, thanks everyone for showing up. Thanks for dealing with all the tech issues and such. Figured it out. But yeah, thanks so much everyone.
Yeah. Have a great rest of your day.